Hey guys, James with Torches and Tactical, and as you can see from the state of my desk, we have a lot to talk about today, and that's because Olight just released the OStation X. They got a bunch of batteries for you guys and a couple other goodies, and that's all on sale right now. It does go from $228 at 8 o'clock all the way to $3.2 at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time, so get in, just take advantage of this deal. They have a ton of stuff, including a new Olight Javelite Turbo 2, and they got some deals going on for the Javelite 2 with the OStation X. You got Oclip Pro bundles, you got Sphere bundles, you got a whole bunch of stuff going on, and we'll talk about all that. But one important thing to note is you do get an i3E EOS for free. All you got to do is log in and you get this for free. So this is their blue porcelain color, and I think it looks stunning. You can tell it is laser engraved instead of just like a silk screen on there. And I think they're doing a really, really good job with the new, I don't know what you'd call this. If I'm honest, it kind of reminds me of like one of those old timey salt shaker type things, or the pepper grinder. So you grind it like that, but that's just me. Maybe it doesn't work like that for you guys, but you can get an Olight i3E EOS in blue porcelain for free just by logging in. So I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way because I have a ton to talk about. Now, something important to note is that I have a lot of electronic devices, such as computer mice, which require some batteries. I have timers that I use for my kids to make sure that they play the same amount on all of their games. And I even have, yeah, you better believe it, I got a bunch of AA battery flashlights. Now this is the i5R, but it will run regular nickel metal hydrides as well. And I'm constantly going through batteries. So I will show you what I had on hand first. And what I have been using is a MyBoxer or MeBoxer. To be honest, I don't know the pronunciation, but a MyBoxer C8. This is what I've been using for all my lithium ion packs. And you can even see here, it doesn't have the most intelligent design. And I say that only because one of my kids put on a non-rechargeable or a primary cell, and it really messed with this bank. I even had to take it apart, clean up as much of the residual oxidation as I could, but it wasn't a good thing. So fortunately, Olight has taken care of most of my woes with the introduction of the OStation X. And I do say most of my woes because the OStation X right here, I mean, you can see this is a beast of a unit. You'd think this does pretty much everything, but this is a dedicated 3-in-1 AA battery charger. Now, obviously, again, primary cells aren't rechargeable, but Olight thought of that too because they have released their, well, let's see here. This is the OStation B rechargeable nickel metal hydride battery. So here you have just a couple of them, and you can get these in 4 packs, you can get these in 8 packs. There's a whole bunch of available options, but I want to run through everything that came with this. Then we'll get into the 3-in-1 aspect of the OStation X. Now, first and foremost, inside the box, I did also get an AC adapter. To power up your OStation X, you are going to need a USB-C PD device. Now, this will do outputs of 5 volts 3 amps, 9 volts 3 amps, 12 volts 2.5 amps, 15 volts 2 amps, and 20 volts 1.5 amps. So max output of 30 watts. However, this does run off of a 12 volt input, and it'll pull that automatically from your USB-C cable. So this is the USB-C cable and that power brick. This is the Olight power brick right here. But it will automatically convert down to 12 volts, and it'll work with 1.5, 2 amps, 3 amps, or 5 amps at 12 volts. Now, if you think this is going to take up a wall wart or a USB-C port, one thing that's really, really cool about it is the fact that you have an input-output and an additional input-output. So you can plug into either one of these, and it will operate that OStation X and help you charge all your batteries. And again, we are going to get into the 3-in-1 aspect in just a second. But I got to clear some room because, as you can see, my desk is jam-packed with stuff going on. So I'm going to show you the wall wart here. It does have a flip down design. I like that because it makes it really, really compact and easy to throw in a bag. And then you have a 1.5 meter USB-C to USB-C Olight branded cord. So I'm going to set these right here. I'm going to plug that in just a second. But just real fast, another thing you do get is if you do receive an invalid battery, because it will charge other brand nickel metal hydride as well. And if you have a battery that suffers from, let's see, non-rechargeability, high resistance, 0 voltage, or a mismatch, it will drop into this tray here. And again, we'll get into that in a second. But then you can just take them out, toss them in this bag, and you're good to go. Additionally, there is a README card here, and this is to let you know that you do have to use that USB-C power adapter, and it will drop batteries only when the LED indicator is solid white. That means once it's done with that charging cycle. But if you want to know more information, they do have some codes here, and it will take you to the App Store and the Google Play Store and get you the Olight app, because this is compatible with the Olight app as well. This will let you keep track of the charge state, of the capacities. It'll let you know, it'll let you change between standard and quick charging. Now, quick charging is 2.5 hours and standard is 3.8 hours. So that's really, really important to note as well. If your batteries are in a good state of health, I've been using quick charge pretty much nonstop, but older batteries or other brand batteries, I tend to run the standard charge. So one more quick thing is there's a ton that this can do, a ton that this will keep track of. And in order to make sure that you have all that information, go ahead and hang on to this user manual for a little bit. So let's get this out of the way. And the final thing is this is the box that it came in. I mean, you can see that the box is massive, but that's because internally it is basically double protected. Here, I'm going to open it up, and you can see that it comes in the sleeve, and it's basically a cardboard box inside a cardboard box to make sure your OStation X gets to you without issue. Now, I know you probably skipped all that because you want to see how the OStation X performs, and it is going to be a little cumbersome because, well, I mean, all my videos are top down, and this is designed to fit vertically. And if you don't want it to sit on your desk with that 1.5 meter cord, they do actually have a wall bracket as well. It comes in at about $12, but it'll let you mount it on the wall. So I do like the fact that there is that nice long cord that comes with it just for that case. But I'm going to go ahead and plug this in. And now with that plugged in, I am going to raise this upright so you can see, but you do get that white flashing cord as it starts up. And an important thing to note about the OStation X is when it is plugged in, you don't need to do any sort of organization. You don't need to do any of that. Now, I won't be able to show you the app. Obviously, I am charging on my phone, so that's not going to let me go ahead and get or be able to show you guys while it is charging. But if you have the Olight batteries, or if you have Amazon Basics, as long as it is a AA form factor, you don't have to worry about polarity. You don't have to worry about making sure that, you don't have to worry about anything. As long as it's nickel metal hydride and AA, all you got to do is throw those batteries in, and this will hold up to 32 batteries on the top. And another thing is in here, this will test all of your batteries to make sure that it is in a good state of health, and you won't have to worry at all, because if you do have any issues, there is this slot on the front. I need to go straight back because it does have a tip alarm. There, hold on, let's get rid of that alarm. It does have this tray here, and this tray holds 7 batteries. So you can see if the battery looks fine, clean the terminals, reload it for a recheck. I actually did have to do that with a couple of my Amazon Basics batteries. I just wanted to see how they were doing and what their state of health was, and this gave me a quick breakdown of that. So this battery tray holds 7 batteries, slides right in here, and you're able to go ahead and just, man, I hate to say it, but you can kind of set it and forget it. You can check the app to find out the state of the health from all the batteries, and it's really nice. Now, the batteries that came with it, they came in this really, really nice plastic case, and I've been putting the batteries back in this case as soon as they're complete. But you don't need to do that because the third section of this, actually here, I do want to unplug it just so it doesn't do the tip alarm. But one thing to keep in mind is you can see these batteries here. Now, what's really nice is you can see how many batteries are up top because it is this really nice, it reminds me of almost like Ultim or PEI, but you can see how many batteries are in here. This section does all the analyzing, the charging, all the protection, stuff like that. And then when they are complete, they will drop down into this tray here. Now it is kind of a, oh shoot, what's it called? A Rube Goldberg device. So it will all come down and all join here at the bottom, but actually here, I do want to show you some of that real fast. So let me go ahead. And I got those other 8 batteries right here. I do want to take apart this I do want to take apart this lower section. And just for demonstrative purposes, I did put those 8 batteries down at the bottom. So when they are done testing, if they are bad, I call this the bad boy bin. If your battery's bad, and again, that's from non-rechargeability, high resistance, 0 voltage, or a mismatched set, then it will come into this, this tray here. But at the bottom, you can see that it will hold all 32 of those batteries and it'll snake them around. So it does have plenty of capacity down low. And all you got to do is push down on this spring-loaded door and it will drop a battery out for you. So if it's for one of your flashlights, your mice, pretty much any of that, then you can go ahead and keep all those fully charged batteries ready to go. Now, I go through a ton of batteries, so I do recommend hanging on to probably a couple packs and just having them ready to go. So it's also important to note that it's not a small unit, and small units normally don't do that much. And because this is large and it does so many different features that it does put out a little bit of heat. So you'll have this indicator here, and this will tell you whether everything's good, whether you have a fault, and the user manual will walk through all those color things, or the colored indicator lights. So it's very, very easy and user-friendly to use, but the heat will get exhausted out the back here with an active cooling fan. So while it's pumping out all those electrons into your batteries, you don't really have to worry about it overheating. And I've been using this almost every other day. Like I said, I have a lot of batteries that I use, but at the same time, there's let's see, 16 plus 3, there's 19 batteries in here already. So you don't have to worry at all about overheating. I've been cycling through these batteries and I haven't had a single overheating issue. So it's really, really nice. I do like that fact. And if the OStation X is something that interests you, again, they are having their sale. That sale runs from $228 at 08. So today, get out there today and do this. And it runs all the way until March 2nd at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this one does come in at $24 off with this sale. Or if you want a pack of those batteries as well, you can get those batteries for an additional $4, or actually a little bit less. It comes to $99.73 for the OStation X as well as the batteries. So if this is something that interests you, go ahead and click on those links down in the description, and you can pick up your own OStation X as well. So, guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below, what you thought of the OStation X. If this is something that's just too big and cumbersome, if you think that there should be other features. Now, I have talked to a rep, and I know at one point they were talking about a AAA battery, and I think the only thing that would make this better, honestly, is if it did NiCads as well as lithium ion. Now, like I showed you earlier, I do have this i5R, and being able to pop in those 2.4 volts as well, I would love to be able to charge these up without having to focus or use this USB-C connector. So just being able to pop in pretty much all my batteries would probably make this thing even that much better. And I know this has gotten a lot of use, and I've been very grateful to be able to use it. I've had it for about 2 months. So I can tell you assuredly I have not had a single fault. And as a matter of fact, one of those Amazon Basics batteries that are in there, it was able to bring back from the dead as well. So highly recommend the OStation X if this is something that you're looking for. Now guys, if you could like this video and share it with your friends, that would be fantastic. And not just share it with your friends, but also subscribe. And if you subscribe, go ahead and click on that bell notification so you guys can find out when we have new videos like the OStation X. Now I'm hoping we're able to do that Olight Turbo 2 as well. And I want to be able to bring that to you as soon as possible. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And guys, thank you so much for being here with me. I really do appreciate you staying to the end. And we'll see you in the next one.